little bit of deja vu because we're leaving Kilby Bridge. Now, when I left you last time, we were leaving here last year, and I've been very, very lazy. But I've been lazy at making the videos only because I have a very good excuse for us spending a long time in between vlogs. And that is mostly because I've been doing some stuff like in India and visiting various dive shops, etc. And Camille has been off to Bali for a month to do her yoga instructor course, and she teaches now Qigong and yoga. So we've had to take a little bit of time away from this to concentrate on other things. But it's weird that as we launch back into it, we're in exactly the same spot we were when we left you last time. So I'll continue from where we left last time and bring you up to speed. We're now north of Leicester. I haven't filmed a lot of it because it was pretty unpleasant. Maybe I should have filmed it because it was unpleasant, but coming into Leicester from the south, glorious and beautiful. Just as you leave in the north, and I probably should film it in future, but my heart sinks when I see how disgusting and polluted that particular stretch of canal is, and it's my hometown. So I'm in a quandary as to whether I should advertise it, because I want people to come through Leicester because it is, like I said, beautiful from the south. And now we've got further north in Leicestershire, it's beautiful again. Could do with a bit more sunshine, but then that's the UK in general. So we're trying to head towards Loughborough and beyond, and then around towards where we started our journey originally 3 years ago, very close to Fradley. I don't know how far we'll make today, but that's how it goes. We're just going to plod on. I have to say that now we've got a little further north, and you are sort of, it's the River Soar and the canal all intertwined. It's really quite nice again, and there's been some very interesting little permanent moorings along the way. Makes for nice 3 mile an hour viewing as you're chugging along. Anyway, I'll show you a little bit of what I'm seeing. Right, well, I got caught, absolutely drenched as we came out of the lock, chucked it down the rain, and I've been chugging along in the miserable weather for a while, but we've just booked up on this nice little spot where there's a little cafe there, so I'm going to get a couple of cheeseburgers for me and Camille, fill up with water, and then hopefully, it's just, the rain's just broken again, so hopefully we can get further north without getting too drenched, because it's been pretty miserable, but I'm still smiling-ish. Okay, having left Leicester in the south and then eaten these 2 rather lovely cheeseburgers at the cafe here in Mountsorrel, the plan is now to head to the Trent and then on to the Trent and Mersey and back to familiar territory. buildings everywhere, tucked away. Some nice little places people have created for themselves to live, for sure. Anyway, we've got to get to the Trent Junction, which is coming up shortly, I believe. And then we hang a left, and then we're going to be heading to familiar territory. We're going to head towards Fradley, which is pretty much where our journey on our old boat, Badger, began 3 years ago. So we're going back again to the sort of origin of our canal adventures. And then down to Paisley. It's kind of weird seeing, I don't know if you can see that, planes. We're near East Midlands Airport here, so there's loads of planes going over. And that's a weird juxtaposition, seeing these monsters flying in the sky while we're chugging along at breakneck 4 miles an hour. Anyway, I can see the junction coming up, so I better concentrate. And this seems like the ideal place to leave you for this week, because we're about to head on to the Trent and Mersey, and I'll get that uploaded, and I do promise, next week. Alright, well, I'm going to leave you with what I usually leave you with, and that's the montage.